I really enjoyed being a part of the WWL televised forum because we finally got to put TAAC's name out to the public, and we also got to engage with public figures in New Orleans.
The forum we did with WWL, it gave us a lot of like freedom to ask the officers, principals of schools, and also a judge. It gave us the freedom to ask them whatever questions we wanted to, how to help the schools, and just a lot of free stuff, kind of stuff.
I thought it was pretty cool when we went behind the scenes, Jefferson Parish Crime Lab, when they showed the drying process for clothes that were bloody. Victims are either suspects, and there's a neat little dryer to put all the clothes in. And I thought it was a nice facility also.
The rap we did with D1, it was really kind of in a sort inspiring. It showed us how not just us as teen ambassadors are out there, I guess, fighting crime, stopping crime, but it's other people who want to help, not just people we have to, please come do this, please do this. He actually wanted to help us.
The mock trial was really cool because we got to see all the different people that were involved and how they all had to work together to cooperate to make the justice system work.
Well, when we did the mock trial, we had an opportunity to see what really goes on into solving a crime, and I never realized how much work actually goes into the system of making the community a safer place to live. And I even have a new respect for the on-field police officers after I had to chase down Jarvis, the criminal, for 2 straight exhausting minutes and handcuff him.
Playing the judge at the mock trial was a great learning experience for me, and it made me want to become more involved with the law, and shadowing Judge Pittman is something that I really want to do.
After participating in the mock trial, I actually had the opportunity to intern at a law firm, and I also had the opportunity to learn how the system works and stuff like that, and I had the chance to play the part of a lawyer, so I really enjoyed that.
This meeting was really interesting because we got to see the inner workings of a courtroom. Judge Zaney and U.S. Marshal Jenny May explained to us afterwards what was going on, and that was really helpful.
The arraignment was definitely one of the most intense activities that we did, even though all we did was sit quietly and watch these 2 guys, but they had made huge mistakes in their life, and it helped show us that that was definitely a position we never wanted to be in.
I've seen courtroom trials and arraignments on TV before, but this was different because it was real and actually affecting someone's lives. And these brothers are going to be going to jail for a long time, and they've learned that there's consequences for their actions.
What I enjoyed about the luncheon was that the principals from our schools got to come and see what the program was all about, and we got to see the officers who were really trying to make a difference in the community.
The awards luncheon. What did I like about it? Well, let me tell you. What I liked about the awards luncheon was the fact that, I knew that there were people in the community that, worked to stop the violence, but I never really paid attention to it. So, when I went to the luncheon, I realized I was having lunch with all of, these police departments and stuff, and I didn't really know that there were, that many people, so I didn't know if I should have been afraid of being around a lot of guns, or if I should have felt safe. But in the end, I felt really great because I realized that I'm not the only person working with the TAAC program. Well, we're not the only people. The TAAC program isn't the only, or Crimestoppers isn't the only group of people working towards stopping the violence in the community. Plus, there's really great salad, and there was a chocolate cake. It was amazing. I loved it.
Our visit to the Orleans Parish Prison really opened my eyes to see where I would go if I did something wrong, because it was wild of seeing all the inmates and everything, the orange suits walking around, chained up. It was pretty crazy seeing all that. It was very eye-opening, to tell you. Another thing was how they kept the jail running through Katrina and the logistics and everything. Learning all about that, it was pretty crazy.
The thing I enjoyed the most about visiting the jails and the juvenile center is when we went to the juvenile center and there was a guy who gave a speech about his past and how much he got in trouble and he went to jail and his experience changed him, and basically was saying like no matter what you go through, you can always make a change and make a difference. And he's using his experience to like teach others, like basically not to do what he did, make better of yourself. And he was happy he went through what he went through because he could help others, and that's what it is.
It was unsettling to see so many young people in prison. I mean, obviously they're in there for a reason, but they still have their whole lives ahead of them, but they're wasting it away. And I think it's great, the speaker that we listened to, because he's really showing these kids that if they stay in school and they get an education, they can turn their lives around. And he's a great example of what these kids who are already in prison can do to turn their lives around and really do something with their lives.
So I thought the Teen Peace Summit, it was a great time for all the local youth to get together and enjoy themselves and just stop the violence for one day. But you know, it should stop for every day. You know, this is our goal to stop crime in city and other places.
I didn't think for a long time that we as a TAAC program or Crimestoppers or even the police department, like I didn't think that we were getting it out, like the whole message of stopping the violence, and I didn't think that anyone heard our voices. But then I realized that so many people that came out, and it made me realize that, like, you know, one voice was heard, and that one voice got together with many other voices, and with all these voices being the TAAC program, being Crimestoppers, being the police department, like, we made a difference. So I learned that when more than one person get together and they work towards one goal, that it is possible to be reached. And I felt really connected to my TAAC family at that moment, and it was really fun, and they were great. It was awesome.
The Teen Summit was my favorite event, and that we got to participate in Crimestoppers. I think the best part about it was seeing we got to be involved in the organization of it, and we were really involved with everything in it, and just seeing it all come together and being behind the scenes and working with everyone, and then it turned out to be just amazing. And the best moment was when I got to go up on stage and present the D1 video, and I just looked out into the crowd and I saw the massive amount of people that were up on the balcony, like the very top row, and who were dancing and who were down in the floor seats, and just thinking that this is all because of Crimestoppers and just because of this one cause that affects everyone.